was ready for a change. My life was turning into a bad thing.
The criminal justice system, in particular in Muskegon County, isn't always about throwing a book at somebody, locking them up, and throwing away the key.
At some point, you get tired of going to jail. You get tired of smelling the backseat of a police car.
Over 90% of the men and women who are in our jail are coming back home. Don't we want to provide them with all of the skills and the resources to make good choices?
I've wasted so many years not working and being productive that I didn't think that nobody would even give me a chance.
The biggest thing that Exit has to offer is there's case management and support for them.
If these guys going through that program is going to be beneficial to the community and making them better people and their kids better, then it benefits us too.
74% of the people who complete our program are not reincarcerated.
Exit, empowering ex-offenders in transition, provides men returning to their community from incarceration at the Muskegon County Jail with intense job and life skills training, education, and work experience. By engaging local government, education, court officials, law enforcement, institutions of faith, health and human services, and businesses to establish a collaborative system of programs, services, and supports, Exit works to restore incarcerated men to self-sufficiency and purposeful living.
I got sentenced to recovery court because of drugs, basically. Of course, a person wants to get through it so you can get on with your life and get a real job.
I experienced a lot of positive stuff that made me look at life different. Financially, I'm not the richest man in the world, but I'm at a better place.
I actually ran the streets a lot, and that's what I was trying to get away from. And I heard about a program called the Exit Program to get early release. So that was my original plan on coming into it. But once I got into it, it was actually a lot of learning, and they helped out in a lot of different areas, as in getting jobs and making resumes.
I think that it takes a tremendous amount of courage to go back to school. We realize that for them, this is their ticket out, and that educational piece is so powerful.
The rate of illiteracy in jail and in prisons is about 75%. We know illiteracy is generational, so we know that there's a direct link between incarceration and illiteracy. And then we also know that there's a cycle of illiteracy that gets passed down from parent to child. So when we look at the children of these men in the Exit program, we know they have a greater chance of ending up where their fathers or grandfathers are than graduating from high school. Our goal is to help break that cycle.
The individuals that are sentenced to jail, all right, it's not a prison, sentenced to jail, they're going to return back to their communities for sure. And if we can give them tools that they need to get re-engaged, this is going to help reduce recidivism. It teaches them to make proper decisions.
Most of them, on average, their first connection with the law was at age 16. And for most of them, the average is 6 previous incarcerations. So if you think about a man who is 30 years old, who first had contact with the law at age 16 and has been incarcerated on average 6 times before then, he hasn't had a lot of chance to be successful in our community.
Despite what most folks may think, we have no individuals that's been convicted of violent crime. The challenge is that some of these men have never, ever lived that straight and narrow, so I don't think they really know what it is.
I think one of the things that's most important about the program is the work that we do with families. Trying to help them work through the issues so that they can be present in their kids' lives, I think is actually one of the really big things that we collectively do in this program in order to help break cycles.
This is a program that is taking those who are incarcerated, keeping them from graduating, if you will, from the jail to the prison system, and allowing them to gain not only educational skills in reading and math, but also take college-level courses in the manufacturing arena.
The number varies, but $32,000, $33,000 a year to keep someone in prison. That assumes that they're not a high security risk and that they don't have significant health issues. The way we've been able to do this in Muskegon with community partners, and it's so important having a space. So having them all in one place means that we can leverage services, and we're providing services for on average $6,000 per participant. And 75% of our men are not being reincarcerated. $33,000 a year for prison, $6,000 a year for exit. 75% of them are not reincarcerated. The money makes sense.
And these guys come with the knowledge that a lot of people don't have. So if I bring in a tour of people just out of high school, they look at our equipment, they're overwhelmed. And they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. But when you bring in the group from Exit, they've been at MCC, they've worked on machines before. They're excited to walk through and make that connection, but they've also got that step up above others who you walk through the door who really never worked in manufacturing.
The biggest thing that Exit has to offer, as opposed to people that are applying off the street, is there's case management and support for them. There's about 2,000 jobs locally that are unfulfilled right now in Muskegon County. It's very much a competitive market getting people in, and so companies are hiring folks with backgrounds and taking their chances.
The men who have completed Exit and are successful are men who have typically improved their reading skills, they have improved their math skills, they have improved their communication skills so that they're able to convey to other people what they're thinking about, how to give and receive feedback. They've re-engaged with their family in a positive way. They've developed skills like print reading, shop math, measurement, running a drill press, welding, etc. And they're able to come to an employer and say, I'm a valuable person and I will be a valuable employee for you. And then be hired and be a valuable employee.
Muskegon County is very positive for its community engagement, but I still think there's more areas that we can expand this program to, and I'm talking about new employers that need to come and listen, need to come learn, really need to invest into this program. Because if they do that, the benefit that they're going to receive with these new employees, it's a win-win-win situation for everybody.
To me, it's a program that is bringing hope to these individuals that may have never felt that before in their lives.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stay sober, and I just plan to live my life and dying free.
The direction I'm heading in now is looking good to me.
Every day that I walk away, I'm walking away with my head up, because it might not be a lot to somebody else, but to me it is, because where I was at mentally and where I'm at now, it's just a big difference.
It makes perfect sense as to when that individual leaves and re-enters our community, that they're re-entering the community better than when they came in. This program is absolutely accomplishing that mission.